Dear students, welcome to the fifth part of Module 2. In this lecture, we are going to discuss about naive Bayes classifier. Naive Bayes algorithm or naive Bayes classifier is a category which comes under the probabilistic learning mechanism. Naive Bayes algorithm. It describes a simple method to apply Bayes theorem to classification problems. Most common machine learning method that utilizes Bayesian methods, particularly true text classification. So in this Bayesian algorithm, it's a category or this algorithm which comes under the probabilistic learning mechanism. In probabilistic learning, we already discussed about the different probabilistic scenario like independent events, dependent events, conditional probability, joint probability, and afterwards we discussed about a theorem called Bayes theorem. Naive Bayes algorithm is based upon this Bayes theorem in probability, and it can be used for true text classification purposes. Let us see the strengths and weakness of this naive Bayes algorithm. Strengths: simple, fast, and very effective. Does well with noisy and missing data. Requires relatively few examples for training, but also works well with large number of examples. Easy to obtain the estimated probability for a prediction. So naive Bayes is a method to apply Bayes theorem in classification problems. Advantage of naive Bayes are it's simple, fast, and effective. That is, we are using probability concept, so it can work well with noise. A less number of training example is needed, and find a new test data for classification. We can easily predict using this probability. This concentrates on independent and important features. And regarding the weakness, relies on an often faulty assumption of equally important and independent features, and it is not ideal for datasets with many numeric features. Estimated probabilities are less reliable than the predicted classes. So regarding the weaknesses, it is not ideal for dataset with many numeric features, and all these features should be correlated. We are considering the training data for probability. So probability is estimated probability is less reliable because it is completely depending upon the training data, but prediction is almost correct. Naive Bayes algorithm is named as such because it makes some naive assumptions about the data. In particular, naive Bayes assume that all the features in a dataset are equally important and independent. These assumptions are rarely true in most real-world applications. Naive Bayes is making naive assumptions about the data. It treats all the features in the dataset are important and independent. It is true in real-world application. To identify spam by monitoring email messages, it is almost certainly true that some features will be more important than others. Example, the email sender may be a more important indicator of spam than the message text. Additionally, the words in the message body are not independent from one another, since the appearance of some words is a very good indication that other words are also likely to appear. A message with the word congratulations will probably also contain the words and or subscribe. So in the case of spam email, some features are important than others. Email sender is an indicator of spam, and it can be a feature that to be considered. Some words in the messages like appearance of words like earn, subscribe, money, etc. appeared on some other words like this type of words like earn, subscribe, money are similar as sort of the appearance like congratulations in spam emails. So the words in message body are not independent from one another. So it says that Some words appearance is a good indicator that other words also likely to appear. Due to the algorithm versatility and accuracy across many type of conditions, naive Bayes is often a strong first candidate for classification learning task. So, due to this algorithm's adaptability and accuracy for different situations, this is a good classification algorithm. Classification with naive Bayes. So we are using the same example SPAM filter by adding a few additional terms to be monitored in addition to the term congratulations, which is treated as word 1, earn word 2, subscribe word 3, and money word 4. And this is a frequency table which describes these 4 words. Congrats means this word appears 4 times in 20 email messages, spam email messages, and 16 times it does not appear in spam email messages. Earn is a word which appears 10 times in spam emails and does not appear other 10 emails. Likewise, the probability distribution is explained here. So this thing means in good emails, 14 emails should contain the word N, and 66 email does not contain the word N. This is ham is a category of good emails. Likewise, the total probability distribution is displayed here. So we have to find out the probability that the corresponding is a spam or not. So using the Bayes theorem, we can define the problem as shown in the following formula. Probability of spam given W1 intersection not of W2 intersection not of W3 intersection W4, which is equal to probability of W1 intersection not of W2 intersection not of W3 intersection W4 given spam into probability of spam divided by probability of W1 intersection not of W2 intersection not of W3 intersection W4. So the thing is that we have to find out a message which contains the term congratulations and money, and it does not contain words like earn and subscribe. So congratulations is word 1 and money is word 4. That is why W1 and W4 are existing in the equation. Then it does not contain words like earn or subscribe. Earn is W2 and subscribe is word 3. That is not of W2, not of W3 is in our explanation. So that is given here. If you are looking at this particular formula, it is very difficult to solve such a big formula. So this is our real equation for solving the corresponding situation using the Bayes theorem. But if you are treating this particular equation, we can see that there are somewhat complex to solve this particular equation. The work becomes much easier if we can exploit the fact that name Bayes assumes independence among events. Specifically, it assumes class conditional independence. Class conditional independence means that events are independent so long as they are conditioned on the same class value. So class conditional independent means it is same as events are treating independent as long as they are conditioned with the same class value. So assuming conditional independence allow us to simplify the formula using the probability rule for independent events, which states that probability of A intersection B is equal to probability of A into probability of B. So in case of this class independence, we are assuming that in this particular scenario, we are assuming that all the classes are independent, so that we can easily solve the intersection formula like this. Probability of A intersection B is equal to probability of A into probability of B. We can appear this formula in the corresponding previous formula. So the conditional probability of spam can be expressed as probability of spam given W1 intersection not of W2 intersection not of W3 intersection W4, which will be proportional to probability of W1 given spam into probability of not of W2 given spam into probability of not of W3 given spam into probability of W4 given spam into probability of spam. Likewise, the probability that the message is spam can be expressed as probability of ham given W1 intersection not of W2 intersection not of W3 intersection W4. It is proportional to probability of W1 given ham into probability of not of W2 given ham into probability of not of W3 given ham into probability of W4 given ham into probability of ham. Equal symbol. An equal symbol has been replaced by the proportional to symbol to indicate the fact that denominator has been omitted. So instead of in the previous scenario, we are using the proportional symbol instead of the equal symbol. This equal symbol is not used because of the thing that the denominator is omitted. That is why we are using the proportional symbol. It is almost equal to. That is the meaning. So overall likelihood of spam is, if you are taking the value of the corresponding data of previous equation, the overall likelihood of spam is equal to 0.012 and the likelihood of ham is equal to 0.002. Then if you are using or if you are getting the answer like that and we are dividing the this particular thing, we get it should be equal to 6. If you are dividing it, we get a value which should be equal to 6, which indicates that this message is 6 times more likely to be spam than ham. However, to convert this number into probabilities, we need to perform one last step to reintroduce the denominator that had been executed. So rescale the likelihood of each outcome by dividing it by the total likelihood across all possible outcomes. So it comes like this. Probability of spam is equal to likelihood that the message is spam divided by likelihood that the message is either spam or ham. So it will be equal to 0. Probability of spam is equal to likelihood of spam divided by likelihood of spam plus ham. So it will be equal to 0.857, which means that probability of spam is 85.7%. That is, we expect that the message is spam with 85.7% probability. Then probability of ham, which will be the likelihood of message is ham divided by likelihood that the message is either spam or ham, which will be equal to 0.002 divided by 0.012 plus 0.002, which is equal to 0.143, which means probability of ham is 40.3%. Since these spam and ham are mutually exclusive, so that their exhaustive the sum of the probabilities of probability of spam and ham should be equal to 1. So this naive-Bayes algorithm, classification algorithm, can be summarized by the formula probability of CL given F1 etc. Fn is equal to 1 by Z P of CL pi I equal to 1 to 1 probability of Fi given CL. So it is same as probability of CL given F1, F2, etc. Fn is equal to 1 by Z into probability of CL into pi I equal to 1 to 1 probability of Fi given CL, where CL is a level 4 class C and F1, F2, etc. are the features, and 1 by Z is a scaling factor which converts the likelihood values into the corresponding probabilities. So this is a generalization of naive-Bayes classification algorithm. Hope you understood the naive-Bayes algorithm. So this is just simple as that. We are assuming all the events are independent. That is the basics of Naive Bayes algorithm. Thank you.